Hello everyone, and welcome to Tiny Blue Games. Today we are playing Guild Wars 2. Wow, the sky is a bit glum. Or, well, maybe it's just sort of dark. Whatever. Guild Wars 2, and of course, as many of you probably know, the big April patch was yesterday evening. I wanted it to be yesterday earlier in the day, but of course it was not. Which is unfortunate because I have a midterm that I'm supposed to be studying for that is tomorrow. But, you know, we'll make this a quick video and we'll, you know, just cover one thing, which is going to be the PvP system. And no, it's not going to look into the new traits or whatever. I'm going to do a video on that, and it's going to come in a bit, probably like tomorrow or the next day. But right now we're going to just look at the PvP in a general kind of overview sort of way. Which we talk about? Well, Glory's gone. That's a pretty big thing. I'm wearing the same armor that I wear for dungeons. That's another big thing. And yeah, there's no way to get Glory, and let's look into that. First off, let's talk about the fact that I'm wearing my gear from my PvE world kind of life. Which, before in Guild Wars 2, they were kind of split into two different sections. Now they're one big section. And the way it works is that if you go to Wardrobe, and you go to, let's say, you know, your headgear, you'll see all the headgear pieces that you have both in PvE and PvP that you've ever unlocked, and you can wear any of them. So for this, I know this is only from PvP for me. If I put it on, I can wear it, or I can make it my gear look like it, so transmute my gear to look like it just by using a transmutation charge, which is their new way of transmuting things versus the old sort of stones or whatever. I start off with a certain amount of stones, I'm guessing, depending on how many, or a certain amount of charges depending on how many stones I had before. Each one takes one charge, which seems pretty reasonable as far as I'm concerned. Don't know much about it yet, so I'll have to talk about it in a later video. But that's how the gear will now work. It all goes into this big sort of your own locker that's a part of you now. You know how the lockers used to be all the way over here? So it's pretty much the lockers that used to be over here plus all the PvE gear is now a, you know, sort of tab that you can open anywhere in the game that's a part of you. Let's talk about the lockers. The lockers are now gone. And we see that all the trainers are here, the Guardian one being here, and he sells us new traits and all that. We'll talk about it in a new video. I'm very excited about the new traits, so don't worry, they will be talked about. A quick talk about all the vendors. The vendors, you now sell all the weapons for small amounts of silver versus the Glory, and they sell the armor for small amounts of silver instead of the Glory. This guy does not sell amulets anymore. He just sells general stuff, because it's just a placeholder, really. Let's talk about it. The arena person is still where the arena person is supposed to be. The game browser person is still over there. However, you'll notice this fancy new bar up here. If I click on PvP build, it'll open this up for me, which shows my weapons, shows what I have as sigils in the weapons, and it'll show me my amulet and my runes. As you see here, you can switch through all of them. You don't have to pay for any of them anymore. Very convenient that way. My one question is, though, can you not have it so that you have a split up set of runes now, or you just need to have all 6 of the same rune? Is that something that you can no longer do? I used to have, you know, times where I'd like to take 2 of those, 2 of those, and 2 of those, but that might not be the case anymore. You can switch your PvP traits in here. I kind of wish this window was a bit bigger. I like to get a bit better view of everything. There's the locked trait that we'll talk about in the new video, and here are all the other traits where you can just put them in through there. So that's very clean, very nifty. It's all from you. You can do this standing everywhere. You can see now that there is a legendary weapon in the PvP world, which a lot of people are excited about. Now let's talk about more of the games and the rewards. The game browser is the same as it's always been. It doesn't look any different. There's still the rank points. Glory's been taken out, but rank points are still a thing. You can see that I am a Doliac. I don't PvP too much anymore, but probably now going to start doing it as I show you what the rewards are. And you still get, rank points to level you up, and you still get new titles and all that. The new thing that they have added instead of glory and all that is the reward tracks, where we can see I've only got 3 that I can choose between right now. I've only got one of them that's active right here. As you go through them, you get rank points that levels you, or that progresses you through this, I guess. At each point you get a new box that has some goodies, and a final box that has a lot of nice goodies and some things that you might only be able to get through this. Like, for instance, I know this backpack box you can only get through PvP right now, which a lot of people are excited about. They have different themes, obviously. There's the Ruined City of Ara dungeon track. You can only, I should talk about this, here these are locked ones, you can only do the dungeon track of dungeons that you've completed the story mode for. So that's a bit of incentive for people to complete the story mode of all the dungeons that they want. Let's go back here. I'm doing the Ruined City of Ra dungeon because I want to get some gear from there because it looks cool, and this seems like a pretty simple way to do it nowadays. I'm 1% complete. I played 1 game today and I lost, and that's how much completion I got. I don't know if it's going to, get harder and harder between each little bracket, but that's not bad for a loss. So that's really what the track system looks like. You can see there's more locked ones that are unlocked depending on different circumstances and the dungeons like I mentioned before. That's about it for that. Arenas are the same, game browser is the same, your PvP statistics all look the same. That's really the big changes as far as I'm able to tell for the PvP world at the moment. Alright guys, well thanks for watching. I think that's all we're going to do in this video. Like I say, we're going to get to the traits and all that in a video that comes soon, as well as the other things that were released in this feature pack. Leave comments in the section below telling me, do you like the new system for PvP? Do you hate it? Do you wish they stayed with the old one? Do you have suggestions of what they should have done? Do you like some of it? Do you like it as a best friend? I don't know. Just leave comments about it. We'll talk about it in the next video that's going to come to you soon, I'm sure. Give this video a thumbs up if it was informative. If you liked it, it really helps me. It really helps everyone. It's why I like doing videos. I like the feedback. I really do. 91 subscribers, guys. I don't know what to say. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Like, this is great. Until then, have a great time playing the new system. I know I will. Of course, after my studying. Who knows how much I'll play Gw2 today. Alright, thanks. Thanks for watching. If you like this, be sure to like it. If you have a comment about it, or a suggestion for a future video, please leave one. If you have friends, share it. And finally, and most importantly, subscribe. Honestly, only one of these is red. Click it.